welcome to the Happy Mind Summit, where you can obtain tools to help you reframe your mindset to live a purposeful life. I'm Veronica Arboleta, and I'm your host for today. I'm so excited to introduce you to Denise Stegall. She's a speaker, teacher, transformational life coach, and a curator of the Living Healthy list. Denise has condensed 20 years of her experience studying in nutrition, cooking, exercise, and coaching to educate clients on how to live happy, healthy, and productive lives through her nutrition and self-empowerment. She's a powerful woman there. Thank you so much, Denise, for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm really excited to talk to you and talk to your audience about healthy living for a happy life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So that is our topic today is a healthy living, happy life. But before we get into that topic, can you share a little bit about yourself and why you're so passionate about the work you do?
Oh, absolutely, Veronica. Thank you for asking. So my background is actually is food and beverage. So that's really where I started my career in health and wellness. I started cooking when I was 11, and I found through my career that there's a lot of good information on the internet, but it's really hard to find. There are a lot of amazing experts out there that you can't locate. And what I found a couple of years ago, one, I was going through a health challenge and I couldn't find answers. I mean, truly, for weeks and weeks and weeks, I was searching on the internet, and what was happening was I would get onto a website and I would kind of go down this rabbit hole, or I would start to read a website that sounded like they understood my problem and they might have an answer. And then it was a sales page. And I just struggled to get the real, honest, and reliable information, which is a big piece of it. But the bigger piece was the connection that was not there. It was impossible on all of those websites and all of those sales pages to actually connect with the person that was connected to the information. So when I accidentally found myself on a website with some great information, there was a survey, and I filled out the survey. It asked me to put in my phone number, and I hit submit. And of course, I thought, oh gosh, I just sent somebody out there in cyber world my phone number. Well, it turns out that at the end of that form, my phone number went to a nurse at this company, and she called me. And that was when I realized what I wanted to do in creating Living Healthy List, was to give people reliable, honest information when it comes to health, wellness, personal development, and bringing some fun back into life, but also connecting people with the information to the experts who can help them on their health and wellness journey.
Absolutely. That's so beautiful. Like even just that little act had just sparked a light bulb in you. So that, something simple like that, and like people in the audience too that are just listening to you there could be just that little spark that changes the direction of your life. And so that's wonderful. You talked about living healthy list. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So as I said, my career, I started in food and beverage. I worked in catering. My background is nutrition. I'm a certified health coach and life coach. I have cooking certifications, you name it. I've been in health and wellness for 20 years and probably longer. I probably want to just leave it at 20 years. As time goes on, we're just going to leave it there. So what I found, though, in all of my experiences was, again, there are all these great coaches out there and connections and experts, but it's really hard to find them. And so Living Healthy List, essentially as the curator of Living Healthy List, what I do is I talk with experts in those 4 specific areas: health, wellness, personal development, and fun. And I bring them to Living Healthy List, where they actually are the people who are providing the regular blog posts. So much of the information that you'll find on Living Healthy List, which is livinghealthylist.com. So essentially, I think of us as an online magazine because we're always submitting and publishing new articles and videos or interviews that either I've done or my experts have done that focus in on those health and wellness areas.
I see. So I'm not sure if you talked about this a little bit, but maybe you can expand on it. So why did you start the Healthy List? I know you said it, you know, there's all this information out there, but is there anything more underneath that you started this list?
I think, honestly, the fact that I struggle to find the information, and my background is health and wellness. My husband is a doctor, and we really struggle to find the answers on the internet. And I remember saying to him one day, I was so frustrated because, again, it was sales page after sales page and no connection. And, you know, we think nowadays with all of this social media, we're connecting to people. Well, we're spending a lot of time on social media, but we're not actually making the connections. And that's where I thought Living Healthy List kind of came out of, because we're a website that not just has information, but it has, right now, I think we have 30 experts in those different areas.
Oh.
And the connection piece was really what sparked me to say, you know what, we need something that's a little different than what we have on the internet right now. And literally, I was walking on the beach in Florida a couple of years ago, and I said to my husband, you know, there are all these great experts, we have such great information and knowledge, and we want to help people, but there's no one place to find us. And so we said, so why not create it? And Living Healthy List was then born.
That's amazing. I mean, yeah, even for myself, you just get, you know, there's all these ads, and you're just like, where do I find the right information? Where do I find the actual science to it? Where do I find them, not just the opinions or the thoughts of somebody, but the actual facts? And so I really, truly believe in what you're doing and what you're standing behind. So it's great to hear. Excuse me. So your philosophy in healthy living, happy life, tell us a little bit about that.
So, yeah, so happy living, healthy living, happy life is our philosophy. I almost said it wrong. Is our philosophy at Living Healthy List. And everybody actually thinks it should be the opposite, because everybody is striving to be happy. And to be honest, until a handful of years ago, I might have agreed. But here's the thing. When you focus on being happy or searching for happiness, you kind of focus on one thing. You get so dialed in on what that one thing that you think is going to make you happy. And it's that thing that you think is going to make you happy right now. And so say you're looking for a great relationship. And so you start going out on a lot of dates, and even dates, and I've done this, well, many years ago, I've been married for 17 years. I went on dates with people that I had nothing in common with, nothing that I ever thought would mesh. But because I was so focused on that, you know, getting a relationship, that I thought, what the heck, you know, the kind of like, the more I focused on it, the more it would happen, right? Or the quicker it would happen. But what happens when you're so focused on that happiness piece is you kind of miss out on everything else that's going on in the world. And things that could be right in front of you. You don't recognize it. It's kind of like when you think of 2020, you know, hindsight is 2020. When you're in the midst of something, you don't necessarily see what's right in front of you, whether it's, you know, the signs or the instincts that are happening. You know, one of the things with your internal instincts is if your body is saying to you, okay, this is not a good idea, but you're still so gung-ho about this idea of being happy, you don't pay attention to the signs. And once you look back, you're going, oh yeah, I could have seen that.
Yeah.
So by focusing on happy, we really pinpoint ourselves. When we start to think of healthy living and we start to focus on healthy living, we've broadened the perspective. And when it comes to, when you think of healthy living, what does healthy mean? Healthy body, healthy
Mm-hmm.
mind,
Mm-hmm.
healthy spirit, and
Right.
healthy finances. So you're not just focused on one small piece.
Mm-hmm.
And when we think, healthy living and, healthy body, what does that mean? That means you can do the things that you love, the things that you want to do, that there's no disease, there's no illness. And obviously other things that would encompass that, exercise and doing physical activity. When you think mental health, no stress or low stress, nobody ever
Mm-hmm.
has no stress, and low anxiety, which, is really rampant. Most of us live a high anxiety life, but
Mm-hmm.
when we start to think that, focus on the healthy lifestyle, that healthy living, all of a sudden that stress is a little lower, the anxiety is less. Now, obviously there are people who suffer from, true clinical mental challenges, and those people really do need to seek the
Professional help.
professional help.
Uh-huh.
But they can also, focusing on the health piece, even people that are struggling there, by focusing on the healthy living, it makes it easier to make that call to the doctor and to take those steps. Spiritual wellness, whatever that means to each individual person. For me, my spiritual health is my morning meditation, where I'm, connecting to, myself and my intuition, and, kind of what else is out there in the world, the universe.
Right.
And then finally, financial wellness. And by that, I don't mean that people have to be filthy rich.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that they need to be aware of where they are financially, what they can do, and to take steps to get to a place where they're financially stable, financially healthy, so to speak. And
Mm-hmm.
then I truly believe when all of these are in alignment, and sometimes you're focused on one a little bit more than the other, but once those are all in alignment, happiness just happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree that even like it was landing for me when you were talking about like relationship and going on dates and multiple dates, that and I also had that struggle of like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go full on and just go on dates, and even if it's not my match, I'm just gonna go. But I wasn't clear up here. And I recently took like a leadership program that made me clear, and it was like a 4-month leadership program, and not knowing that I actually found my soulmate there. uh, so it's like I wasn't clear when I first started, and I didn't even see him, or I just was resisting him. And through that transition of getting cleared, I was able to, like you said, you shift and you get to see things differently.
Mm-hmm.
And once I saw things in a different light, then I was open to more having that love in my life, when I was really just taking care of me inside, and taking care of what I need to do inside in order for that to happen. So that definitely landed for me when you
You
said
make a
that.
very good point.
Yeah.
Happiness really does happen in here. It
Mm-hmm.
has to start from here. So you're
Mm-hmm.
right. When you said you were working on you and who you were and what you wanted,
Mm-hmm.
until you know that, and I think that's really important for women and men to know, is, we see other people in these great relationships and we want that, but we may not be in the same place where that person is. You really
Mm-hmm.
do need to, and I say this about my own husband. Had I met my husband a few years earlier, I would not have been ready to be with him, because
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't mature enough.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't the person who I needed to be to really appreciate him,
Mm-hmm.
and to see him for I mean, I would have seen him as the professional that he was, but I don't think I would have seen him as the amazing relationship, as the amazing husband or boyfriend. Well, he's my
Mm-hmm.
husband, but so I just would not have been ready. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm so grateful that I did meet him when I had worked on myself, and truly
Right.
I knew who I was inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely do agree that like to have like the happiness that we so call think, whether that's love or money, we also need to work on ourselves first in order to be open to those possibilities. So yeah, I totally understand that.
Mhm.
Is before we kind of wrap up, is there anything else that you would like to share with the audience that I haven't covered
I do.
already?
I
Hmm.
do. So how do you focus on this? Like, how do you focus on healthy living, happy life? I
Hmm.
have call them the three pillars. And so our philosophy is healthy living, happy life. But these are the three things you can do to get there. And this one is so simple, and everybody fights me on it. Number one, eat real food. That's a nutritionist in me, but think about it. When you're eating healthy, you're eating good food, you're eating foods that are high in nutrition, all the vitamins and minerals, your body feels good. If you feel good, you sleep better, you have energy to do the
Yeah.
things that you want to do, you think clearer. So eating real food, and I truly believe that every situation, circumstance, everything comes back to these three things. And more often than not, when people are not eating well, everything starts to fall apart. And I know this with my coaching clients, that as soon as things start to fall by the wayside, the first question I ask them is, have they been logging their food? What have they been eating? And I would say 9 out of 10 times it's because people just started to eat a lot more garbage and not
Mhm.
focus on the real food. And by that, obviously, fruits, veggies, whole grains, lean meats, legumes, seeds. If I've missed something, somebody will probably tell me. So
Yeah.
simple. That's number one. Number two is, there's another one that everybody fights me on. Make good decisions.
Sounds so
But again,
simple.
I'm going to go back to number one. If you're eating real food and you're feeling good and you've got mental clarity, making good decisions is a lot easier.
Yeah.
And when you start, and when no one's perfect, you're not going to make a good decision every single time. I mean, in my life, I've probably made a couple of bad decisions, but so far, in general, things have turned out quite well.
Hmm.
So making those good decisions, and you'll start to find, once you start making good decisions, good decision after good decision, all of a sudden things start to flow really nicely. And as that
Right.
flow starts to happen, happiness starts to happen.
Right.
And so then the last one is to be accountable. And I
Mm.
think the other two are the first two steps, but this really is the glue. When it comes to being accountable, you need to be accountable for you. It is
Sure.
your life,
Yeah.
and you have to take responsibility for your decisions, your actions, or your inactions. And I think a
Hmm.
lot of times people forget that by not making a decision, you're actually making a decision.
Right. Yeah. Subconsciously, you
So
don't even think that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So truly, it's these three pieces, these three steps that can help you focus on that healthy living, happy life, and really help you create that happiness, the happiness from within, which is truly what we're all looking for.
Yeah.
Happiness within creates
Right.
happiness without or
Right.
outside.
Right. Well, thank you so much. If somebody wanted to find more information about you, where can they find you?
They can find me on our website. It's www.livinghealthylist.com, and that's list like your shopping list. The contact me form that says, hey, contact us, it comes directly to me. And you can call me, you can contact me through there, and I will email you right back. And if you do add your phone number in there, I'll call.
Mhm. Awesome. Okay, and part of the summit is about giving back, and you're giving a free gift away called Reconnect to Health. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Sure. Reconnect to Health is something that I put together a few years ago, because I think what happens is so often we start to disconnect with when it comes to health.
Hmm.
And this is a program, it's a 6-week reconnecting to eating real food, making good decisions, and being accountable. So it's a 6-week program that has weekly emails. It has the recipes and menus, everything that you need to get back on track to be able to reconnect to that healthful living, to find that, to create that happiness that you're looking for. So it's usually a program that I've sold in the past, but to your audience, this is something that I'm offering to them for free. And with that, you know, with the emails, when you respond, that again, that comes directly to me. So any questions that the audience members have come directly to me, so we can connect that way.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for being here, Denise. Really appreciate your time and you pouring into our audience, and you setting up this, you know, healthy lifestyle, healthy living, happy life list that you created for all of us. I now know that I can go somewhere and feel more comfortable of like, okay, that's where I want to go. If I want to find some information, I'm going there. So I really appreciate you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.